Hello, it's Yahtzee Crowshaw, and welcome to a new series on this channel that we like to call Let's Drown Out.
It's new in inverted commas, though.
With me as always is my friend and pet registered sex offender, Gabriel.
Your stalwart ghoul sidekick, and given my dry spell at the moment, I'm not a sex anything.
Now, the premise of Let's Drown Out is that we play a very boring game, and when we run out of things to say about it, which we inevitably will, we will go to a list of podcast-style topics. Is it a podcast? Is it a Let's Play? Is it both? Is it neither? You just don't know what crazy people we are.
We're so supportive of the trans community, we made a trans podcast.
And in case you haven't figured it out yet, from this very fucking tiny option screen in the middle of a huge expanse of black, we are playing the original and best Quake 2 by our old friends id Software.
Id.
Not ID Software.
Id.
I know some people used to say ID and it drove you up the fucking wall.
Because there's no periods between the I and the D.
Exactly.
And it's also id, the component of the psyche.
And it was usually written in small case as well.
That's just to stand out and be interesting.
Quake 2
like
was...
a hipster on a penny farthing cycle.
Yes, Quake 2 was by the id people who also made Doom, Wolfenstein, Commander Keen. They were basically the kings of PC gaming cutting-edge technology.
They really were. Commander Keen games were a big part of my fucking childhood, man.
And at the time Quake 2 came out, it was absolute slashing-edge polygonal graphics.
Fucking huge. It was why I had to stop PC gaming, because I could not convince my mum to spend an extra $300 minimum on a graphics card to make the computer play games when it already played games and I had a console.
Yeah, man, this is 3D acceleration, bitch.
Yeah. That was fucking big. Like, I'm just like, okay, it's a graphics card. What does it do? It makes the computer play games. You already have like a SNES, and then I think by the time this came out, the 64 was nearly there, and it was just, it was a bridge too far. Mum wasn't buying it.
I think it would have been a lot closer than nearly there.
Yeah, like what year was this exactly? Was it 90? See, again, my brain is saying like 95, and I'm already sure that's wrong.
I think might have been like, my usual, benchmark for this period is Half-Life was 98. So it might be 90...
Was Half-Life that fucking god?
96, 97? Somewhere around there.
Yeah, because I didn't play Half-Life. Because again, once the 64 came out and the PlayStation was, more established, 3D gaming on the consoles, again, because of the price factor, it was just easier. And, again, like, when you bought a graphics card back in the 90s, it wasn't easy, like, to install that fucking thing. Like, IT wasn't as common and decentralized, and Google didn't exist. You couldn't just go, my thing's not working, and look it up on your phone while trying to work out how to fix your PC. Like,
no,
it was
quite. That was the big problem with
there was a skill gap
back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh man, the amount of games I had, like, I got this for Christmas, doesn't run, even though it has the things on the box. I have that, it just doesn't run. So
there was always that little cross fingers moment when you put in a new PC game that you got for Christmas.
God, it was just harrowing. And again, like, people go, oh, we'll have the skills. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up, okay? It was the 90s.
Yeah.
You had to be in the IT industry to be able to do that yourself, or know someone, or it was an extra cost. And for someone in the lowest socioeconomic realms, as I was, that shit was it was unfeasible.
It's like when people give me shit for buying an Alienware PC. Saying, it got a lot cheaper if you build it yourself. Well, that's great.
No.
I could also get, smoked venison a lot cheaper if I hunted deer and cooked it myself, but I consider certain skills beyond me.
We have this system whereby we have lots of people, and some of them specialize in certain subjects because we can't all be experts at everything. So when I get sick, I go to a thing called a doctor. And when I need help with something that I can't do, I usually use, a fluid medium like money to incentivize them to do it for me, which then they can use to, maintain their own existence.
Yeah. My Alienware plays what I want it to play. Doesn't sound like there's a jet flying past. And beyond that, I couldn't give a wank.
Well, again, I used a rather unfair resource of my computer fanatic brother, who just upgraded to a solid-state hard drive goddamn lunatic machine.
Those are handy to have around.
Yeah, he literally all I had to do was buy a hard drive, an $80 fucking hard drive, and now I have a crazy fucking computer that, can run. It could do all of...
Surprise, we're in the game.
Ah! Well, I want to brag about my computer. This thing could run Tomb Raider with Tress FX hair, but it had enough slowdown to get annoying, so I turned it off.
With what?
The insane, ridiculous hair engine they put into Tomb Raider. That is the...
Oh, yeah.
Like, seriously, it was fucking insane, because again, this thing my brother gave me is like a machine, so I'm just like, this will run everything. I stride in all confidently, and then it's like, hey, do you want this magic hair thing? I'm like, oh, alright, how hard can that be? But apparently it uses like fucking Pixar grade shit, and is just monstrous. It just eats fucking computer, so I switched it off. And the hair looks really good, and the game was really good, and I had a lot of fun.
Okay.
And I also got it for $17, because I'm sensible and wait for things to come down in price.
Anyway,
That's one thing I like about id.
what were we talking about?
Jibbing.
Yes.
Because...
It is jibbing, by
Yeah.
the way, not gibbing. Who the hell says gibbing? It's short for giblets.
Giblets!
Oh, hey.
Ooh!
The cracked principle.
Ooh. I thought there were buttons, but there can't be that many buttons. There'll just be stuff under here.
And now I have to use my fucking blaster as a flashlight.
I call it Shooty Torch! Go, Shooty Torch! Sounds like a Pokemon.
Man, I don't know where the fuck I am.
There'll be armor and something around. Wow, this is a really cavernous fucking secret area.
I never played much of the old Quake 2.
Shoot the barrel!
I'm trying. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, but that's...
classic environmental combat there.
Yeah, man, spatial awareness. But that's one thing I like about id, and it's still something that they do currently, like Rage. Like, when you blow someone up in Rage, they blow up into bits. When you blow someone up in almost any other fucking 3D game, the body model just goes flying, which annoys the shit out of me. Like, you can shoot a grenade directly at someone in any of the Half-Life games, and the body just goes cartwheeling through the air. They don't explode. I want people to explode into bits.
Well, that's one good thing to say about Rage.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
There aren't too
Probably
many
the
other-
one good thing to say about Rage.
Nah, the problem with Rage, I think, is that id are very much engine guys, and they felt they had to show that off, but graphics just aren't special anymore.
Not really, no.
I mean that's the whole reason why everyone thought this game was good. Because look at all these polygons, look at that blurry 3D accelerated texture, it's like living on the spaceship from 2001.
It's like actually being there. I'm being evolved.
But it's
As I sit and watch.
it's a really sodding boring game.
Yeah.
The colour palette is brown and grey. And
Two.
wait a second.
We have both colours. brown
Orangey
and
red
grey.
in the sky. But you will never go into the sky. What do you think this is, Mario? Think there'll be little Quake beanstalker eyes when you shoot a wall somewhere?
I really want that now. I want like a Mario-coloured first-person shooter.
Oh, I'm so fucking lost. Oh, by the way,
Didn't we just play through this already?
this is the starting room, and this is the plot of the game. We were in that. Moving on.
Yeah, I think you were ejected from a...
Yeah,
There was
there's a big war going on, alien species.
War, aliens.
It's the, I only know partially the plot for having played Quake 4, and that's that the evil Strog, we're at war with the humans.
Strog.
The
That's not a
Strog.
good alien name.
Yeah, who would call, you don't want to call yourselves the Strogs,
We're
would
the
you?
Strogs.
We're the Strogs,
We're a mopecore punk band.
yeah, we're from the West Country of England.
Thanks for turning out.
But they turn all their human prisoners into cyborgs, and that's who we're killing.
So essentially slightly less technologically adept Cybermen.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Thank you for bringing it to that very broad cultural level there.
It didn't used to be broad. There was a time when people would pick on you for liking Doctor Who.
I bet you fucking miss those days, don't you? This
Shoot it!
looks suspicious.
Oh.
Ha 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 ha.
Hey, a ball. Oh, it's a grenade.
Oh, so it is.
You probably only have one of those, so maybe wouldn't have it out so you don't just lob it for no reason.
Yeah, good plan.
Yeah. You don't want to waste that little puppy.
Mind you could never tell. In Half-Life, you'd pick up one grenade, and then you'd magically have 5.
Yeah, which I kind of like, because I like grenades. I find they're useful for when you're a little bit pressured, you can just lob it at the bastards and hope for the best.
This is the level exit. Anyway, yes, Quake 2 I always find a little dry, and I personally ascribe that to John Romero having left id by this point to work on his magnum
opus.
his magnum opus, Daikatana, or Big Sword to translate.
Do you remember the day he made you his bitch? God, wasn't that a wonderful time?
That was an awkward day.
Oh, that's the Titanic of fucking marketing strategies. That
Why have you
at least
made me
in
your-
gaming, like that's
Why have you made me your bitch, John Romero? What did I ever do to you?
that. And well, if you're gonna talk a big game, you gotta back it up, because the there's that fucking relative thing of the bigger you talk, the worse it looks when you fuck up, and holy Jesus.
Well, this was the thing. John Romero, for all his faults, was an ideas man.
Which is a fucking necessary thing. You do need someone to go in there and, have a good idea.
Yes, I mean, when John Romero was with the rest of it, they were like Lennon and McCartney. They
Yeah.
did their best work together, because he had the big ideas, and like all that in Quake 1, all that story business, all that Lovecraftian shit that I was quite fond of, that was all him.
Which
As
does
soon-
add. It does add to
The
it.
moment he leaves it just turns into a fucking tech demo. The most nondescript plot in the history of anything. Aliens are fighting you and everything's gone brown.
Bad. You good. Shoot. Which isn't to say that as a mechanic that's bad, but it's nice when the mechanic has a framing device. It's something I've discovered playing the new Killer Instinct on the Xbox.
Well, I think context counts for a lot. And
It-
context is more than just story. It's about the way everything looks, the
Yeah.
way everything acts, the personality in these merest animations.
It really does, because I'm involved in Brisbane's competitive fighting game scene, which is small, but it's there. And people talk about how like a fighting game doesn't, stories are stupid and there's no character, etc., etc., which is fucking bullshit. Having played Killer Instinct, because Killer Instinct doesn't have a story mode, and it fucking really makes the game suck because there are new characters, but they have no fucking relevance. I'm not going to play as Sadira because I don't know who the fuck she is, nor do I give a shit. Whereas I love playing as the Capcom characters because they have all this ridiculous history together, which adds some fun to it.
I've thought about this. It seems to me like rather than being solely gameplay based, the fighting game is basically a celebration of character alone, outstripped of plot and happenstance. That's why every fighting game lately has just been a collection of characters from pre-existing properties.
Well, I mean, in a way, SNK was right to do that, because in the 90s, SNK made a new fighting game every 30 seconds, and as a result, they had loads of disparate series with a bunch of different characters. And the King of Fighters series, which is still going today, and King of Fighters 13 is a really good game, was a way of bringing that all together. Capcom was always a little more unified, and sometimes the kind of party games where you get everyone together for a big fight is a lot of fun. Like, things like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom and the Capcom vs. SNK games mostly are, a lot of fun. There's something to that. And again, it's...
Hey, corpse crotch.
Look, it's drunk yoga.
We can look right... Why do I keep launching myself out of the water every time I touch a slightly sloped surface?
Well, what? That's not jump.
No, that's not me. That's just way.
Oh, that's...
Man, I could do this all day.
That corpse has some amazing propities. We should use corpses for like surf rescue. Just float out on a corpse. And,
Why can't I jib you? Reveal your secrets.
Because he's part of the environment.
Thank you.
You're not allowed to kill the environment, Yahtzee.
What
are you, big oil?
I was fucking walking past one of those charity canvases in the street, and they said, "Excuse me, sir, do you care about the environment?" And that's your classic loaded canvasser question.
I hate those. There's a thing above you.
So you know what I said? I said, "No, I hate the environment. All standing around, all around me, being smug."
I hate those canvases. They're human spam, and I don't even acknowledge them. I don't hear them. I just walk straight ahead. I ignore them. I'm not going to make eye contact with you, you fucking liar.
I mean,
you are paid. You are not doing that out of the goodness of your fucking heart, and you are spam. You are fucking spam.
However worthy their cause, and that's a debate in itself, by the way.
Well,
They always have this insufferable sense of moral superiority about it.
Well, that and which fucking cause? Like, what fucking do I do? Like, fucking Wales, the forests in Tasmania, child soldiers in Congo, the child sex trade in Southeast Asia and Eastern Europe, the child sex trade that goes on, in the UK. Like, which fucking cause? Like, do I worry about humans? Do I worry about animals? Do I worry about the, the greater environment? Which fucking one? Which one do I donate all my fucking money and time to?
Yeah, I can't stand that child sex trade. 50 quid for 3 hours? No, thank you.
Please direct all your hate mail to Yahtzee.
Sorry, I just saw that coming from a mile off.
Mr. Chastise me for the fucking molestation jokes.
Well, it always seems something you jump to, even with the only slightest of reasoning.
It's an easy shock element. Like, that's just what it is.
A character has a slightly creepy face, and you immediately go for it.
I once picked my math teacher when I was at TAFE in 2002 was a pre-sexual pedophile, and I totally called that.
Oh, look at the fucking nonce whisperer over here.
Nonce whisperer. I like, people have gaydar, I have pedodar. That allows me to detect, like, sex offenders
Can we move on?
I should probably use this ability, really. I'm wasting it sitting here. I should...
Fuck, these guys are fucking assholes. Look at that.
Oh, dude, he's gonna kill you.
That is like an insta-hit.
And it's a perpetual damage train, too. It just, as long as it's on you, it's just causing a lot of pain. Can you pan around it at all?
I suppose I should be grateful for a game with a bit of fucking challenge for once.
Yeah. I know, it's sad going back to these old games that... I mean, some games are hard because of horrible, shitty gameplay mechanics that were just okay because it was how it worked in the past. Then there's games like this where the basic mouse look and shooting is competent. It's more or less unchanged today.
I'm gonna get my flashlight out again. Did I mention that Quake 2 is around when coloured lighting first came about? You'd think they'd have shown it off more, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's kind of a shame they neglected that little bit of tech.
Yeah, they could have made every single fucking bullet light up the room like a little baby's smile.
You know what the baffling thing is? Considering how dark the game is, they could have had a torch on one of these fucking guns. Like the Doom thing.
Oh, well, they hadn't learned that by Doom 3. What makes you think they'd learn it by now?
I didn't play Doom 3 until I picked it up cheap again on Steam a little while ago, and finally it was just like, oh.
Hey, I know what that does.
Quad damage.
Yeah. Oh, I hate when you have to activate to use something, because I always hoard it when you can do that.
That's probably a good idea, though, because next time you die from, like, those laser hounds, you should probably run in with quad damage. That's because it's gonna happen. You're gonna die from the laser hounds again.
I think Painkiller's super demon attack that automatically activates when you collect 66 souls. I think that's one of my favourite superpowers in games, because you have to be a little bit strategic with it, and you can't hoard it.
I'm not, like, wholly one way or the other. You have to jump down from up top
You know
to get
what?
that one.
I'm gonna experiment with something.
This'll be good.
It worked!
Huh.
Fucking A!
Oh.
What is it that comes after pride?
A bullet. Pride comes before the demon Cyberman bullet.
Well, I think we're long overdue for our first podcasty topic, don't you?
Alrighty, well, we'll start with my little one that I added to this because I'm a Fallout fan, and that's the Survivor 2299 hoax, which...
That was just meaningless words and numbers.
Yes, Yahtzee isn't aware of it, and for people who aren't, I'll fill you in. I'm a big fan of I love the Fallout universe. I love it when it was an isometric comedy kind of game.
Oh, that was the blue door, was it?
Yeah, that's the blue door.
Thanks for indicating that game.
Graphics can represent plot and puzzle elements. So I'm a big fan of Fallout, and even though I like the first ones that were funny, I really like the more serious... Whoa, I was lucky you weren't there. The more serious ones, because I think, like, back when the game first came out, like around, was it 2006, 2007, walking out of the fucking vault and just seeing the wasteland and being able to walk around it had just this amazing level of pathos to it. Like, it was...
Get to the point.
Oh, I like fucking Fallout. Fuck you. I know.
Okay.
This is my little love thing to Fallout. So I do love Fallout.
That.
Well, I know, but... So, Survivor 2299, right? Basically, a website pops up, which is clearly, like, sort of a shitty augmented reality, like, oh, aren't we being mysterious kind of marketing thing for... Fallout 4, because we all know Bethesda are working on Fallout 4.
I thought about jumping down to get that, but then I realised I had bad memories of that thing.
Just, I don't know, I think that might be a useful thing, dude. Like, you don't pass up useful shit in a fucking FPS.
Oh, I don't intend to live long enough to use it.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, well, then it's up to you. So anyway, Survivor 2299. And I didn't give a shit about it because I don't like engaging in retarded marketing schemes, and I'm not an early adopter anymore. I find it's not useful to me in my life. I like getting shit later because it works and it's cheaper and I don't have to deal with the dickery. So this happens, and it's there's a Morse code message that's all sneaky, and people are like trying to translate it and work out what's going on. God, that guy wasn't very smart.
Yeah, I think I broke that man. Oh!
Yes! Oh, dying shot!
It finally happened.
Oh, that guy gets a fucking posthumous promotion. He's got the Purple Heart handed to his horrible cyber demon wife.
I thought I had more health than that.
No, you did not, and that guy took advantage of it.
Anyway, we keep digressing.
Well, that was fair. An interesting thing happened.
All right.
So anyway, then this whole thing happens, and long story short, guess what it was? A Rickroll. So all this build up, and it was just like Rick Astley.
Is that even a thing that still happens?
Well, that gets me to a little bit of why I'm irritated with it. And I'm not irritated because I was excited about it, because I didn't give shit one about it. I didn't fucking care. I know that the Bethesda are working on a new Fallout game because A, they like money, and B, they like money. And
What
Fallout...
sort of ammo is this?
I think it's for your machine gun. You have a machine gun, remember?
Oh, yes.
You probably use that a little. So, and again, like, there have already been rumors that they showed a little bit of it, or like a teaser for it at one of the E3s, but it was on a no disclosure fucking thing.
Non-disclosure.
Non-disclosure dealy. You know, a dealy. Oh, shotguns at point blank.
Oh, I think that's my problem.
Yacht's horrific. Whoa. Don't let him... Yeah. So I didn't care, but what really annoyed me about this was it's not a prank.
No.
It's if you make, because this was perfectly believable. I mean,
Yeah,
I think Bethesda finally came out and said, no, this has got nothing to do with us a week or so back, but it's a believable thing. There's no talent or prank to convince somebody of a thing that's quite believable. Like, it's just peculiar to me. It's like the very first Cyanide and Happiness I think that they ever made was just two guys talking to each other, and one of them is holding out empty hands and just goes, hey, look at this turtle I found behind our barn. And the second guy goes, you're not holding a turtle, and we don't have a barn. And the first guy goes, fooled you! And as anyone who's been on the internet on April 1st knows, this is fucking common. Like, people don't understand that a prank has to have a punitive element, and that punitive element is usually based on the person being pranked believing a stupid thing that they shouldn't believe.
Yeah, I mean, occasionally you see people passing things off as, that guy had some fucking tricks up his sleeve, didn't he?
The grenades.
Occasionally get things people pass off as hilarious prank calls, when what it is them putting on a stupid character and the person on the other side is having fucking none of it.
Or calling a complete stranger who doesn't know you, so why is the character relevant? You could just use your real voice, and you're still a character.
It's not a prank if you tell someone something that they have no reason not to believe.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what this whole fucking thing was.
And then they believe it.
Yeah, this was a completely believable piece of AR marketing, and
I mean, the hilarious pranks were in stuff like Brass Eye, where they got all those politicians and celebrities to lend their voice to a campaign against a fictional drug called Quake.
That was
that
good.
had really ridiculous properties, like it made a girl cough up her own pelvis, was one of them. And the humor is in these guys not just like being paid by the word and not, critically thinking about.
Yeah, no critical fucking thinking, or like the one where I can't remember who it was, going to like a women's university and getting girls to sign a petition to end women's suffrage.
Oh hey, I found the blue key.
Hey, you can go back to the really blue door.
Or there's that, Penn and Teller bullshit prank where they got a load of people to sign a petition against the release of dihydrogen monoxide, which is water.
Yeah, and it's like this again. The essence of the prank and the essence of the humor is that people shouldn't be believing these things. Or like, one of my favorite shows is Scare Tactics, where people would believe that aliens were attacking, and that's the humor. The humor is they shouldn't be believing that. And
what are these things?
They look like they hurt. They're
Amazon
hurting.
drones,
Run
killer
away.
Amazon drones, help!
These drones have meat. It seems inefficient.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was what the Survivor 2299 thing was. You've just convinced, like, again, it's like me saying, hey, Yahtzee, I got a friend coming over. You do?
Have you?
No. I got you.
I really believed there was a friend coming over. I really believed for a moment you had another friend.
Another friend. Yeah, I've got other friends. And that's what this Survivor 2299 thing was. It's not a prank. It's not clever. You've just convinced a bunch of people of an easily believable thing. And it's that whole fucking modern internet thing of trolling where it's just like, I trolled you. And it's like, no, you didn't. You're just a fucking moron. It's that thing like, I'm going to smear myself in shit to offend you with the smell.
Where are these fucking grenades I found?
Good. They're probably in the thing that has the quad damage. They're probably in the quad damage bit. I don't know what that is.
Is that it?
Is that it? I don't know. Push a button, see what happens.
No, the
Nope.
screen just went a bit green.
I think you've got your rebreather on and you're ready for underwater adventure.
Okay, that would be great if there was some water around here.
Now you're wasting it. But yeah, and also, I mean...
Nice if I could turn these fucking things off once I turn them on.
No, you cannot. And I mean, I love Fallout, and I can understand why you might be a little disappointed, but take heart in the fact that it's more than likely getting made. Like, I don't know for certain, but, outside of that, I'm 99% sure that they're going to make another Fallout game.
Hey!
Da-da-da-da.
We've been here.
Yeah. In my head, the Zelda sound happened. That's yeah.
Press lever, open doors. This is what we call a puzzle in games these days.
You're in. You're gonna die. Fucking find a left. There you go.
That's not a puzzle.
That's not a lot of fucking health there.
I like it when I'm low on health. It adds an edge of adrenaline.
Fair enough. But
Something made noise.
he looks like a... Oh, it's a drone.
Oh, I hate them drones.
But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I just want people to not fucking give a shit, you know, about this. It doesn't affect you, it's dumb. Like, don't indulge, because the idiot that did this is now like, oh, I did a thing, I got attention,
I mean,
and that's what they want.
The funny prank call is when you not only get them to believe you, but get them interested in you for a while.
Don't buy into this. It's asinine. It's not a real fucking thing, and for a lot of fucking reasons. And just
still, I can sort of understand why it was an easy thing to prank people on, because virtually 60 to 70% of screenshots of every new game could be mistaken for a Fallout game. Everything's set in ruined buildings with a grey palette.
Post-apocalyptia. But
That sounds like a lady friend. I was going out with Apocalyptia the other day.
You've been getting into the interesting depths of that guy has a grenade. Remember that.
And then you'd break up with Apocalyptia, and people would say, "So how's life in post-Apocalyptia?"
Yeah. If you're dating girls called Apocalyptia, you are definitely getting into the interesting realms of OkCupid.
I'm determined to figure out how these fucking grenades work. As soon as this man is killed, I will not rest until I've figured this out.
It's probably a good idea, because a grenade would have taken that guy out pretty well.
Oh, hypothetically.
Is it
anyway,
there?
Of course not, man. That would make too much sense.
Don't be ridiculous. This game's from the 90s. Fuck you.
There's something about tiny interfaces surrounded by darkness that really screams late 90s gaming to me. Remember FMV games?
I don't know. Again, I was out of PC game. Oh my god, FMV games. I was out of PC gaming at this point, so 90s gaming for me was spending like an inordinate amount of time in the creator wrestler mode and WWE No Mercy.
Hey, look what I found.
Ooh, a switch. Ooh, quad damage switches exit.
This is the end of the unit. Oh, was that just one level?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Now you're going to enter a level that's completely new and has an amazing new sort of art style and graphical palette.
Here is the most interesting room from that entire experience. Remember these days? Aren't you nostalgic for that big thing on the ceiling that has no purpose?
Ah, God, yeah. See, remember the first stage of Quake 2? That was iconic.
Oh, crazy. Cinematics. Oh,
sweet Jesus.
Was that supposed to be the word acquired?
Person located. Barrel chest buff punch.
These letters are ridiculous. That is not a P.
I love old-fashioned future computer type. It's just...
I hope you enjoyed that green, because now it's back to brown.
That was a refreshing volume of brightness, actually.
Just think back to that green when you need a pick-me-up.
Not brown. 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 I was partially tempted just to do the remainder of this podcast saying brown.
Let's do another topic.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, springing on from that...
Hold the phone. Super shotgun. Okay, new
awesome.
topic. That was it.
It's like two giant penises, but you're using them.
Come on, where's these fucking grenades? I've got a grenade launcher.
That's something. Maybe that's where the grenades are going.
Oh, wait.
Ah!
You pressed G for grenade.
In retrospect, that's something we probably should have thought of.
It makes sense now, doesn't it?
No, I love it when there's something in a game that's logical, but because the game itself is so fucking illogical, you don't think to do it.
Oh, that throwing animation took like, way too fucking long. Why are you still alive?
That wasn't...
This box is my new best friend. I'm gonna give him a name.
Yeah, dude.
This box's name is Barry.
You have to, like, go to that box's kid when you get back from all this and tell him what a hero his father was.
And there was a button next to him.
Yeah, I think you already pushed it accidentally. With your head while you were hiding. Crying
you're
like a little
trooper.
child.
You're a trooper, Barry the Box.
Boxo. Yeah, so your little thing that you had was the Xbox and the 4chan hoax, which I think plays... Whoa! Fucking... It's a hate Dalek.
What the hell?
Kill it.
What, are you saying there are love Daleks?
In Power of the Daleks? Yes.
Okay, you know what? I regret asking that question.
Yes, that's like awesome. Extended Doctor Who lore.
Did you see that? This door is opened elsewhere. Specifically, it's opened by this thing that's immediately next to the door.
I live in a share house, so one of my housemates, the light for their room isn't in their room. It's next to my door for some reason.
Oh, that's always fun, isn't it?
Yeah, Brisbane share houses, they're not really built that way and kind of added to over the years.
Anyway, yes, our next podcast topic is the X-Bone, which I now have. It just barely fits inside my shelving unit down there.
It's so boringly rectangular. It needs a faux wood fucking option.
Oh, I had a faux wood console back in the day.
Yeah, and I think that'd be great. Like, come on. Like, okay, yeah, try that thing.
Wait, haven't I been down there?
No, there's a live guy down there, so I
guess
don't
not.
think so. Huh.
Well, that's always the sign, isn't it?
I know, like that's exactly all these old games was like. How do I know I haven't been there? There's a dude.
Because I wanted to put
Well,
I wanted to put the X-Bone on its side, but it wouldn't fit. But apparently you can't do that.
No, that was what I discovered. Okay, so I was at the Manor Bar, and
Really?
yeah.
The Manor Bar, you
The
say?
Manor Bar, yeah.
Would that be the Manor Bar at 420 Brunswick Street, Brisbane?
Yeah,
Go there now.
It's open 6 days a week from Tuesday to Sunday. Lots of great events. Look it up on the internet.
Free entry, free games, I
Yeah,
understand.
it's lots of fun. I'm slowly working my way through Dead Rising 3 at the bar. I've got my own little things saved away, and I'm going. That's what I'm doing after this. I'm gonna go fucking play some more Dead Rising 3. But anyway, Cormac has an Xbox One for that, because obviously you got to get the Xbox One. It's there, it's fun, it's playable. It's a good way of getting that and the PS4's controller hands on if you're a little unsure about them.
Yes.
But so we've got the Xbox, and to save space, we have all the consoles vertical, like a lot of people do. Like I have all my consoles at home just vertically because it looks nicer to my eye and it saves space.
Yes, I used to do that.
Yeah, we're trying to get Dead Rising 3 to load, and a combination of unfamiliarity with the new console. Does stuff need to load? Like, what's the HUD doing? What are we doing here?
This is a really badly laid out sequence of doors and buttons.
Oh, it's Grenado. Or Stabbo. Who is that? Oh, he's dead now.
Well, he's dead now, yeah.
Guess we'll never know. I think it's Stabby Bonk.
I'm gonna...
He's got one hand that's a big club and one that's a cleaver.
He's got a single gold tooth and he grins permanently.
Stab Bonk.
I'm gonna call you Mr. Grins and Smiles.
Stab Bonk grins and smiles. He's on the...
So I wouldn't call him Stab Bonk.
I'm calling him Stab Bonk. That's his first name.
Well, it doesn't flow because the last letter of the first word is the first letter of the second word.
Well,
so
in this language...
it trips awkwardly in the tongue.
In this language...
Maybe if it was Mr. Stabonk.
Mr. Stabonk.
Mr. Stabonk.
Hey, you killed those guys good.
I know, right? Environmental kills, yeah.
So yeah, we got the Xbox vertical, we're monkeying around with it for ages, and I start to think, okay, because, we realize that it's... Because we click the button to get it to load and then walk away. And we come back finally, and it turns out all this time it's just been saying, can't read disk. So I get the feeling in my head that this is something that is happening. So I Google, Xbox One vertical. First thing that comes up is, can't play discs vertically. It just can't do it. If you have the thing vertical, it won't read a fucking disc. So that is a masterpiece of design.
So this was always my point about the new generation. These are not can souls, these are can't souls. There's just a whole list of things they can't do.
I mean, it's not like...
For example,
it's not like I'm the only person that puts their consoles vertically. That's not an uncommon thing.
No, quite.
I don't think it's too much to expect to be able to put the thing up vertically.
Well, it seems a petty niggle on top of everything else they can't do, to be honest.
True, yeah. Backward compatibility. Stab Bonk, you're alive!
Stab Bonk grins and smiles. How dare you? But yes,
we have to stop meeting like this.
Another thing that the new generation consoles can't do is run games from the previous generation, and that brings me to the other interesting story from the week, which I read on The Escapist, escapistmagazine.com. Go there every Wednesday for the new Zero Punctuation video.
Been a lot of pluggery in this.
And so I'm distracted by this coloured lighting, which is giving me a seizure.
Yeah.
So I read a story on The Escapist to the effect that there was a prank going around from 4chan where they had a very, very official-looking graphic, used the same font and I think the same shade of green. I don't know if they've got a copyright on that like Barbie Pink now.
Wouldn't surprise me if they're aiming to.
Well, it said that it gave a list of instructions, but if you carried out, you could make your Xbox One backwards compatible and work with Xbox 360 games. But in practice, what these things actually did was go into the developer tools and activate a permanent reboot cycle, essentially bricking the console.
Why would that even be a thing? Why would a permanent reboot cycle be necessary?
Well, I've no idea. And I've no idea why there was still
why
there were still dev functions in the fucking release console.
It wasn't even a complex... It was a cheat that you'd use for Mortal Kombat 2 on the SNES. It was literally go in, push LLRRLL or some shit, and get the dev kit up. And it's that's That's not what you have in a shipped fucking console.
I'm lost again.
Like, that's the thing. I'm a little, like, for the... Like, I think kind of Microsoft should sort of be fixing this problem themselves. Because, again, kids could do this. Literally, kids could do this. You'd find that on the internet, and you'd push buttons, and kids could quite easily just, your fucking little brother could easily brick your fucking console. And I think, like, less than 4chan being a pile of jerks, I think that's really something that's fucking Microsoft dropped a ball here, having that still a capability in their fucking console.
Well, it's the hot coffee argument again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is the fact that it's still there on the disc and potentially reachable, even though that with the intended experience is never to have it there.
Well, I mean, it was a little different with hot coffee because you actually had to fucking go in with an external program to... Like, you had to hack it.
You had to go into the back end.
Yeah, you had to hack the thing. This
this
is there. If you have a controller and Xbox One, you can brick your console.
Where do you go from
I mean, this
there?
isn't like the... Because there was a similar thing that 4chan did that I thought was fucking hilarious, which was the upgrade that made the iPhone 5 waterproof. And this gets back to my thing about you're a dummy to believe that.
Yeah, that's a...
Like, that's a
good prank.
Yeah, you're a dingbat to believe that. And that's the variation between these two things is... A kid could really brick your console, and I suppose a kid could fall for the fucking iPhone 5 prank as well, but if you're giving your kid an iPhone 5, I've got a little less...
I think you have bigger problems.
Yeah, I think I've got a little less sympathy for you, but I mean, that, like, again, I don't wholly think that both of these punishments should be occurring to people, but I'm a little more sympathetic toward the Xbox One, because again, this is a very believable thing. And it's a ridiculous easy thing. Like, it's fucking crazily easy. Like, I looked at the thing a little earlier, and it's like, yeah, you push 4, I think about 6 buttons.
Oh, hey,
And-
Mr. Grins and Smiles is weak to the bait, retreat, beat, repeat technique, which is the good standard strategy for 99% of video game enemies.
The Yahtzee Crowsaw dating method.
You get in close enough to get it to attack, then you step out of the way of its attack, and then you kill it while it's recoiling. Bait, retreat, beat, repeat.
But, yeah, that's... I think Microsoft fucking owes people fixing this thing, because it's got to be undoable. Like, it's not like they're going in and...
Well, I imagine it would have been undoable if the Xbox One had been, say, a fucking PC with an operating system where you could get into the fucking back end.
Don't encourage the master race, people.
Well, no, they have to, because everything has to be so simple for the twat heads.
Don't fuel them. You're already responsible for that saying, aren't you? Like, wasn't it you that popularized
Well,
PC
anyone who
master
doesn't
race?
realize it was supposed to be ironic.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're giving the internet an awful lot of credit there.
Oh, I guess.
You're talking about the internet, Yahtzee. Like, no matter how sarcastically you say something, no matter what stupid voice you put on, people will take the things you say at face value. Because...
I figured you
Hey,
out.
there's a grenade there behind him.
Hey.
Teabagging leads to discovery.
Yeah, if I hadn't teabagged Mr. Grins and Smiles, that would never have happened.
Teabagging does lead to discovery, kids.
This is the annoyance of consoles. This is why I came back. Ooh, this is nice.
That probably runs out of ammo quickly.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to come back to PCs, because when I got my Xbox One, obviously when I was trying to run Rise, it had to download and install a 1 gig day one patch, and while it was doing that, it just said installing 0% for like 5 minutes, and I was terrified it wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, that happened with Dead Rising 3 as well, because the bar's internet was weirdly capped, so it was it won't tell you that the installing's going up while it's downloading the patch. So it just looks like it's errored.
Yeah, I was looking for
There's full damage in this.
I was looking for there was full damage in Quake 1.
Really? Fuck, God, I don't remember that.
Not much full damage, but there was.
Shows how good my memory of these things is. I suppose I only ever really played these at my cousin's house, so...
I'm really fucking lost again. Where were we?
Xbox One first day downloads. Oh, yeah. So basically, the thing would say installing when it was actually downloading an update, and so the installation number wasn't going up, and it wouldn't go up for like 20 minutes. So you thought the thing was fucking broken.
Yeah, I went around looking for a active downloads page.
What did that do?
Not a sausage.
Yeah, and that was kind of annoying. I mean, that's a minor fucking fiddly complaint, but I mean, it's... The downloads were big. Like, the first day fucking patches were not small, man. Like
1 gig is not a good size for a... It happened again. It's this chain gun taking ages to spin up.
Maybe just
is what
go in
it
there
is.
with all shotgunny.
Yeah, I'm thinking along those lines. Come to Papa, old girl.
I'm gonna
Hey!
I'm gonna call him Blastomus. Blastopotamus.
Is there...
I don't know. See, like, again, and it goes back to my thing about early adoption, where it's like, I'm just not doing it anymore. People are like, are you going to get one of these consoles? And I'm like, yeah, in 2 years, when I can get them really cheap, and there are games, and all the problems have been solved.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, this day one shit will be fucking dealt with. When I say all the problems, I don't mean it's going to be, like, fucking fancy, but I mean, I got an Xbox 360 3 years into their life, and got a shitload of really good games off the bat really cheap, and enjoyed myself.
I think the interesting thing about the prank, though, is the number of people who fell for it, indicating just how many people would really like the Xbox One to be backwards compatible.
Yeah, and it's like when the most recent SimCity said that they couldn't do a, that was funny.
There was a guy
They weren't
behind
there
me.
before.
I didn't
was great.
realise.
When like SimCity said that there was no single player and someone hacked it and said it's possible, and then they're like, oh yeah, sort of, well, kinda. So it's really easy to make people believe that it's backwards compatible. They just aren't. Like, that's the problem. There's just that attitude now. And
I figured you guys out.
whoa.
Or maybe I didn't. You got a whole mother's meeting going on back here.
They're full of surprises. And I get the ease.
Fucking save after that.
The ease with which you could do this. You just go into the fucking HUD and push L and R a fucking couple of times, and you've bricked your fucking thing.
Yeah, and I sort of liked how they had
Like
the
your
spokesman.
dumb fucking little brother could do that.
I know you keep saying. The spokesman from Xbox One, whatever his name is, came out and said, just to clarify, the Xbox One is not backwards compatible and never will be. And I got a sort of, undertone of shamefacedness from that statement, you know?
I'm sorry.
Yes, this was so stupid of us, because I was saying this when I first heard that the new consoles wouldn't be backwards compatible. The only reason a new console generation would be justified...
Whoa.
Oh, what the hell is that? Well, it's dead,
That's
whatever
cool.
it is. This is how I should approach all unknown life forms.
It looks like a garfish.
What was I saying? Something about backwards compatibility.
Yeah, like, what's the point of getting like a next generation console
Yes,
when there's like
yes.
8 games?
Yes, the point is that the only reason a next generation console is justifiable is as an upgrade of the current system, not a replacement for it. Because the current system has hundreds of great games that are still great that everyone should still play because they're good.
Yeah, like because this generation lasted a lot longer than the prior ones, and that's because the technological variations aren't.
And it
That's significant.
should have lasted even longer, if you ask me.
I
Because
believe so too.
there has been no significant update besides graphical, and to do it, there's a lot of sacrifice to gameplay.
Well, I don't believe even the graphics on the PS3 and 360 have been maxed.
Who the hell's shooting at me?
Billy. There he is. He's up behind you. 180. There to your right, above the red.
Where am I looking?
Above the red.
Oh god, let's just get my blaster out. Right, where are you?
Well, he was up there. There he is. He's running around. Cheeky bugger.
You were born under a wandering star. You were.
He's like the fucking. He was there like badass one-man commando. He was like the star of Humans 2 that the Quake people made.
Yeah, the alien generals were watching that.
Yeah.
Because these guys are fucking hopeless. Look at
Whoa, that hurts.
See, that was the guy who killed me. It wasn't Mr. Grins and Smiles.
Grins and Smiles uppercutted you across a room though. Like that took a lot of health away, dude. Like I was looking at you. You went from like 50 to like 10 in an uppercut.
It's only because there was 2 of them.
Yeah, well, that's they double up on you, man. Shit hurts that way.
I hate being double teamed. It's a poor start to any evening.
Not what your OK Cupid profile says.
Yeah. Well, I just try to keep it open for everyone,
Hey,
it's like saying...
May as well be game.
Yeah. I mean, you want to attract as many people as you can, right?
Yeah, why limit yourself?
I think I was being crushed by the lift for a second there.
I think you were too, yeah. Grenades, dude, grenade. Throw a grenade up there.
Let's see how this works out.
There! That was great.
Oh my god, I throw like a girl.
No, you throw too fast. It just went. You peg it straight up and it. Oh no, it doesn't. Yeah, it really does just have the shitty little arc. All right, don't do that anymore. That's not helpful.
Reminds you of the grenade launcher from Quake, which also threw like a fucking girl.
Yeah. What does that do? Well, it flings a high-powered explosive a meter away from you.
Yeah,
That's not... Am I immune to splash damage? No. Oh. You can't shoot this further? Like, is there
I
something
think pretty much every weapon in Daikatana has a way that it can hurt you. That was the beauty of that game.
I think that's a meta comment on the way Daikatana hurts you just by owning and playing it.
It was an awful game.
Again, we wouldn't be talking about it if it wasn't for the fact that it had a marketing campaign that suggested we would literally be John Romero's bitch.
Well, yes. I mean, why would John Romero make me his bitch? What have I ever done to John Romero?
I don't know, it's a bizarre manifestation of that 90s gaming masculinity.
I don't want to be his bitch. I'm not even in a prison cell with him.
Enjoy my game while I'm fucking you in the ass. Yeah, isn't this metaphor great? Butt sex metaphors.
Yeah.
Enjoyable, isn't it? You secretly want to submit to me.
Anyway, the next gen's shit. I think I've established that. So now we've solved that problem for the people of the world.
Yeah, I mean, again, I believe that the consoles will have good games on them. I don't believe there's any point in buying them at the moment.
I believe the current consoles already have good games on them, and we should have just... Oh, well, this was a new variation on the key puzzle, isn't it? That makes it so much fresher.
Not a key, it's a cube.
Thanks a fucking bunch.
Power cube.
Thanks, John Carmack. Perhaps we should move to another topic.
Didn't you have a second topic?
I thought you did.
Well, I had a second topic, but you had just the X-Bone.
Well, I could mention that I'm probably going to get a PS4 soon as well.
You have work-related reasons. People expect you. Like, if you just, if you don't review a fucking PS4 game until... Like, I can wait 2 years to get a PS4. You have to review games for it.
Yes. Well, I can write it all off on my taxes, for one thing.
I don't have that luxury.
Hey,
I'd like to... This Xbox One's work expenses. You're a student. Yeah.
Just say you're studying game design. It isn't everyone these
No,
days.
but like, okay, you want proof of your enrollment? I don't. But I'd still like this back on my taxes, please.
Well, what you do is you say, fucking look at me, dude.
I don't know, man. I've met a bunch of gaming designers. I don't really look like any of them.
Well, you are a 30-year-old man who's still at university.
Yeah. Student life is great, man. Like, I mean, but like for a shut-in as well, because just less is expected of me. Like, because you're allowed to live, like, I live on a very small amount of money because I live like a monk. Like, I have simple fucking hobbies.
Yeah,
and,
a monk who plays Dead Rising 3.
Well, yeah, at the bar for free.
Yes, a monk who goes to a bar.
And doesn't drink.
Fucking those guys.
You guys?
Oh, don't use whatever that is. Use your melee attack. I've got that figured out.
Is he gonna? Nope.
Oh, hey, this must be the Roomba.
Well, what's that? Is it vacuuming? No, it's just moving around. It's just chilling.
I have 3 health.
Just having a stroll.
I have 3 health, and I keep having to walk over these things before if I figure out whether they're health or not.
And besides, I mean, it's not like I'm just engaging in empty academia. I'm studying to be a teacher.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm studying to be a teacher in, like, prisons and reformatory schools.
Yeah, no one fucking cares, dude.
So fuck you. No, well, you keep saying that I'm like, going to be useless, and I'm actually not. So eat a dick.
Well, you are useless
Mr.
now.
Internet Game Reviewer.
What? People will always need internet game reviews.
I got the nerve there.
I consider myself part of the entertainment industry, which is always a necessity. Bread and circuses, man. Bread and circuses.
No, like the amusement factor is if people like being entertained, and that was why I started watching your reviews in the first place, was they were fundamentally entertaining.
There you go.
They gave me a chuckle, which I appreciate.
And just take care of Mr. Grins and Smiles here, who wants to share his grins and smiles with the world, but the world brings only a shotgun.
Okay, dude, you
have
3 health left. You cannot fight another thing unless they're shooting like ultra slow bullets.
I've had 3 health for ages, dude. I'm fucking expert at this now.
Well, no, but you've been fighting like dudes that can't shoot.
Is he dead? I don't know. I'm just gonna keep shooting this dark space.
It's just grey. Usually red happens when you're killing a thing. But
something killed me.
Yeah, I didn't even get a
what it was.
I managed to say a b, which was meant to be above, and it didn't get much further than that.
Is that guy dead? No, he isn't. Oh, he killed me.
Oh, good. Password this again.
Oh, for God's sake!
Well, not
man.
that we really need it. There was only one other topic on there.
You
so
had
we might
one
wanna-
job. You had one job, is to keep pressing the iPad so it didn't go to the screen.
Believe it or not, that's not a wildly fun job. Man. Touch.
Well, I'm having to play the fucking game, dude.
Dude, you're playing Quake. I'm playing Touch the iPad, and not even one of the glorified Touch the iPad games. I'm literally just poking it.
Still a more interesting game than Quake 2. Heyo!
Yeah, take that, burn 90s developers. Take that, id.
Give me some fucking health, id.
That's ammo.
I don't want ammo. That is the opposite of what I need. What was it? What was our the topic?
Well, Polygon had a really good thing about the evolution of the gendering of gaming.
Oh, gender. This always leads to stimulating debate on the internet.
Oh, well, yeah. Normally, I don't talk to people on the internet because I find a lot of internet communication to be performative. Like, you're not really speaking to communicate, you're speaking to communicate at an audience as opposed to sort of, any kind of filling in. So I refuse to have Facebook arguments with this. I'll talk to a person in person about it, but that's generally it. But yeah, Polygon, I think, had a really, really good article about it. Because when you think about it, games didn't start out like for boys or girls. Like, there was Pong, and that...
Right,
that
redeem yourself, Mr. Girly Throw. You are the worst.
That's not good. That's the least useful grenade action. That's terrible.
Is he dead? Good.
And Pong was marketed as like a thing adults did. Like it was, you'd have like a shot of a guy and a girl at a bar playing Pong. Like that was what Pong was marketed as.
Yeah, man.
And video games were marketed as a family thing. Like there's kids, the kids were playing it. It was for the kids.
Pong was made on the fucking oscilloscope.
Originally, yeah.
That's a tool for grown-ups.
Whoa. Oh, dude, that's a grenade shooter and... Hey, they're fighting.
Yeah, that guy... I noticed the guy in front was hurt by the guy in behind, so I figured...
That's great, look at him.
Monster in fighting, and id staple. Wasn't in rage, though, was it?
No.
Fucking rage.
Ah, fucking punch and stab. Oh, look at him, he's bragging.
Well, look at you, Mr. Grins and Smiles.
I have a stabber and a hitter.
You have the superior grin.
But the thing that, like, the Polygon thing did that was really sort of interesting was just sort of discussed how it is a chicken and an egg emergent trend, and a lot of these things in humanity are this. Like, we have a habit of projecting sentience onto large systems, and that's where we get, like, gods and conspiracy theories.
Yes.
That, like, somewhere there's a dude called Bill Patriarchy ensuring that all this happens.
Yes,
and
there's got to be someone I can blame for my shitty problems.
Because the one thing humans can't stand is the idea that we're in a car that's out of control, just hurtling fucking nowhere. Like, that's the one thing that scares the shit out of us worse than... We'd prefer an asshole in charge than, the idea of nobody doing it.
I think it's less that we don't want the thought that no one's in charge. We don't want the thought that we individually are in charge of our own lives.
We're responsible.
We want to be able to blame someone else for all our failings.
Which... maybe if you run away, they'll...
Oh, that chain... It happened again.
Yeah, I think they just start fighting themselves once you're dealt with.
No, I'm pretty sure they only attack each other when someone committed the social faux pas of hurting.
I want to see if you can, like, run in there, get them to activate and run away, and see if they can just fucking fight amongst each other.
Alright, that's a noble goal.
Yeah.
I'll just save first.
I mean, we could turn this into, like, we could start taking bets. Like, who do you think will win? Shooty or...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shooty won.
Shooty or... What do we call him?
Mr. Grins and Smiles.
Grins and Smiles. Stab Bonk.
Yes, Mr. Stabonk.
Stabonk, Grins and Smiles. Grins and Smiles seems to be fucking winning, like... Because I think, like, Shooty isn't using his grenades.
Well, you see, Shooties don't really understand the principle of bait, retreat, beat, repeat.
That is true.
Hey, I'm getting out of here.
Ooh, are they doing it? Are they doing it?
Yeah!
Yeah!
Yes. Eat it, Mr. Grins and Smiles with a gun. Yeah, see, the melee attack does a lot of damage. But
Uppercut!
if you know what you're doing, the melee damage is easy to avoid.
Oh, he's taking a lot of...
Oh, shock! A shock victory after an AI fuck-up.
Oh, fucking turn around there.
Well, I think we all learned something from this game.
Yeah. Don't judge a murder bot by its fucking gun.
I think that's the same jump sound that was in Quake 1.
That's the same jump sound's been in ever.
What a bunch of cheapskates. I think id, like, historically, has always had pretty solid sound design. I mean, remember the scream when you jumped into lava in Quake 1? That was fucking haunting, that was.
Can you shoot those? Oh, it went off.
Hey, the 'Cause
Oh, you took the power cube.
I took the power cube out and the laser's deactivated. See?
God, I hope you find some health in a minute. Oh, you got
Logic.
shitloads of it. Oh, alright.
Yeah, look at me, man.
When did that happen?
Oh, no.
Maybe the power cube gave you power.
Oh, you're not a melee, Mr. Grins and Smiles.
Maybe use the ultra shotgun on
But
those
you're
dudes.
easy to stun lock.
Yeah. Oh, I love stunlock.
So I tend to gravitate more towards the less ultra shotgun because the range is better.
Well,
What a boring conversation.
jacket armor. Yeah, I mean, getting back to the gender thing, like,
Yes.
it's one of those things where, in order, like, people don't like being ostracized, and these can, like, being ostracized can take, because I've actually studied this, I'm not just talking out my ass for my fucking, because I study, like,
Hey,
social withdrawal in education, that's part of my prison thing.
someone's going for a ride.
Hey, follow him.
Hey, I wish I had your life. What a carefree existence.
Now he's gone.
And now you may sleep.
But, you know, nobody wants to be ostracized, and...
No, the pain of rejection can be a very real pain.
Oh, it's real. It goes through biological pain processes in the brain. And the thing is, the initial sting of social rejection is completely unmediated by any rational thought. So they've done experiments where they've done like they basically have a little digital ball catching.
Oh, I do not like.
A little digital ball catching game, and essentially the idea is it's on a computer, but you're told you're playing with 3 other people, and the 3 other people will just start to not throw the ball to you. So it's completely separate from any relevant social information, and it still hurts. And then they do it with where they say you're playing with people, but they'll do, you know, the experiment kid will be like a black kid, and they'll tell them that they're playing it against people who are also like part of the clan. So he's being socially ostracized by people who he has every right to really fucking hate. Still triggers this initial fucking pain response that they use a little what is it? Functional MRI? No, electroencephalogram. I can't pronounce it. Electroencephalogram.
Things are
scan.
going crazy over here.
Thingamajig. So it still hurts. So it always fucking hurts. So we have ways of kind of... We'll do stuff to ourselves, which are the result of soft controls. So things like the idea where, you don't want to appear unmanly, so you'll self-censor. Like, things like this happen in the media an awful lot as well when they talk about self-censorship.
I thought we were talking about a Polygon article.
Oh, yeah, but it's all interconnected.
Okay.
And because it's about gender in gaming, and it's about, like, I think a really irritating thing I see just all over the internet at the moment is that blame thing, where they want to think that this gendering is all coming down from on high, but it's like it's an emergent thing. It's not like a construct being deliberately manifested by any like one malicious group. It's just these things just occur. It's like a chicken and an egg. Trying to pick which one causes what is actually very different.
It's an inevitable result of systems that are automatically in place, which is the same reason gender roles exist.
Yeah. Well, again, it's like. They don't market games because, to girls because girls don't play games, and girls don't play games because they're all marketed toward boys. And they were really, like, in the 90s, it was just like, dude, bro, gaming, radical. Yeah, like, it cranked really fucking hard.
I think that we can blame the PlayStation for most of that.
Yeah, fuck you, Sony.
That was their whole strategy.
Well, I mean, again, the thing the Polygon article pointed out was, it was before the video game crash, there was no marketing really in video games. It was just like, here's a game.
Yeah, because they just sold themselves, really.
Yeah, and post that, everyone was afraid, so in order to, get the most money back, they started engaging in market research, which didn't happen initially. So all this market research was done, and the numbers came back that just more boys played games. So that was just where the marketing went. And as the marketing went toward there, they made less games.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, which I think is problematic in certain areas, because it's like how they'll...
Hey, was that guy naughty? Had that guy been naughty?
No, his name was Bill. He wasn't even a monster. He was just hiding.
Oh.
It's one of those things where...
Nobody likes me. I might as well just stare at this corner. Hey, someone's coming up behind me. Maybe he'll be my friend.
Are you my friend?
Oh, now I've got nobody.
Well, at least somebody was nice enough to, even by extension, touch him. Oh, well, I guess I don't need to go down there anymore. But yeah, like...
Wait, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
There seems to be a lot of stuff around here.
Well, how can you tell?
I don't. Oh, there's a stab and bonk.
It's a grins and smiles, not a stab and bonk.
Fuck you! Fuck! Wars have been started over less.
Jesus Christ, I wish I had a fucking flashlight.
Like in Doom, where you'd have to, like, take out the flashlight separately, which was great.
Even a degree of natural human bioluminescence.
But yeah, I really like that Polygon article because, again, it was... Because if you want to solve a problem, you have to really understand what causes it. Otherwise, you're just doing shit. You're just talking because you want to... And again, a big fucking problem, and it's the same problem with those, like, street canvases, is it's easy to feel like you're doing something by screaming, but especially if the problem requires you to communicate a new idea to somebody who might be hostile to your idea, ego-validating screaming doesn't actually do that. It just makes you feel good. Like, you get to yell and you get to feel like you've done something when you haven't. You're actually working against... It's like the vegan principle, where a vegan will scream at you and all they do is successfully make other people not want to be vegans, even though they may have a really valid point here and there. Like, the industrialized cattle farming is really bad for the environment. I eat kangaroo mints. The thing is, the vegans would get more tread by saying, hey, maybe cut out meat for one meal, or during summer, when it's unbelievably hot, have some fucking salads. Because, roasting in summer is not fun.
Well, it's why there's a growing anti-feminist clique on the internet in particular, because feminism seems to have been co-opted by a lot of these the shouty arguers who have simply perverted the message of feminism to the patriarchy is the problem, ergo men are the problem, ergo we just have to shout at men to change, and we don't have to do anything.
Well, I mean, this is why I don't like titles, because it's what I call the man covered in shit argument, where you can have an amazing point. You can have a really amazing fucking point, and you can argue your point passionately and actually be changing the mind of somebody who is, at the end of the day, a human being.
But you're a man covered in shit.
No,
and
but
everyone
then...
wants to get away because you smell.
Then a man covered in shit walks up beside you and goes, I agree with this guy, and points at you. And it ruins it, because your argument is now associated with the man covered in shit.
I see.
And that's why I am never part of a group. I refuse to. I always consider myself me first, male second, masculine third, straight fourth. These are subsequent characteristics that I have, and they are a part of me. But I do not define myself by them, because there's always some retard waiting to come along and ruin it. And then, if you're talking to someone who disagrees with you, they'll bring up these morons, and you have to explain then why those morons aren't really part of the group, so you have to work around, excluding idiots.
But then who is it who gets to decide?
Yeah, and again, then you get the group allegiance problem, and I mean, I see this with, lately, friends online. Again, I don't engage in these debates on Facebook, because it's pointless. Yes. But people screaming about, allies... And it's I find that really perplexing, and it's just I hate you because you're not really gay, so you can't talk about gay rights. And it's these people are helping, and
it's people who want to, who want to be special with their problems.
Yes, defining yourself by your pain. Oh, that makes you so interesting, because you're the only one who's ever had pain, and you're the king of it. Oh, you're the king of pain.
I angst alone.
I mean, I got to call someone hard on this, because I like to make jokes about a lot of fucking horrible topics, because it's the way I fucking cope.
You certainly do.
Because, these things happen. Again, I read a lot about this stuff. I immerse myself in fucked up, depressing things about, child sex trade in, Southeast Asia. Child sex tourism. People can just go to Thailand and fuck a kid, and that's fucked up.
Yeah, I hate that child sex trade. It's it's $50 for 3 hours. I'm not paying that.
Direct all your comments, questions, and demands to be taken off the internet to @YahtzeeCroshaw on Twitter.
I couldn't remember if I'd made that joke in this take or the previous one.
Yeah, Yahtzee did that thing again where he fucked up the edit, so we had to redo all this.
Well, yes, I mean...
most of it. I think we're onto some new material now. We didn't get onto Polygon last time, which is why I'm really enjoying this conversation.
The big problem last time, you see, was the Fraps record video button I'd inadvertently bound to the same key as the reload quick save button.
Yep, so every time Yahtzee reloaded a save, he stopped the record!
Or started it again.
As the case may be.
I don't know where the fuck I am anymore.
Just keep... Hey, there you go.
Hey, this is
I love that. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck I am. Well, stumbled dick first into victory.
Well, I gave the game shit, but apparently it's got pretty intuitive level design.
It legitimately must be. That's the best intuitive design ever.
Pity it's so fucking brown.
They spent all the art effort on polygons, I suppose.
Yeah, all these people just blaming the patriarchy or whoever, just trying to absolve themselves of having to find a solution. And the fact is, when you're talking about a societal problem, like gender roles, you have to start with yourself. You have to look deep inside yourself and remove the little part of your brain that creates the gender role. For example, if I were to say the sentence, a secretary was walking home when a nightclub bouncer catcalled them from across the street, and then they got date raped in an alley. And now, if I were to tell you
I
at
don't think
this
technically
point,
that's date rape, but okay.
if I were to tell you at this point that the secretary's name was John and the bouncer's name was Carol, you'd be surprised. And that's the part of your brain you need to remove, the thing that was surprised at that statement.
Well, see, again, then we get to the nature of what is normal. And most bouncers are big dudes because of what the job requires. I have seen female bouncers, but they're also really, really large, and really, really, large, powerful women like that are just a little rarer.
Well, you're just niggling the fine points of my analogy. But
Yeah,
I
know,
you
for its purposes. Yeah, I know, I know what you mean. There was one, she was actually really cool, female bouncer at Family, and she had amazing shoulder strength. She looked like, I think she was a shot putter as well. But fuck-a-doodle-doo, she was a tank.
Well, you'd imagine that the female bouncers probably would be
well, bouncing's a material job.
They'd probably be above average at being a bouncer because they've had to work harder to get to that point.
Well, yeah,
that's taken seriously.
Bouncing's a material job. You can either fucking throw a person out or you fucking can't.
Yes,
that's the thing, you can't just...
Oh, hey, I almost forgot about you guys.
Oh, they're bad. But I mean, because I was depressed for 10 fucking years.
Oh, man, look at this guy. This guy's the cock of the walk. Not so smug now, are you?
Oh, God, the last thing that guy felt was incredibly sheepish.
See, that guy had that song in his head that goes, do-dow-bow-bow, do-dow-bow, do-bow-bow, do-bow-bow, do-bow, keep dancing.
Oh, I would not have put the elevator down again.
Well, I think my point is made. I'll be off now.
Toodles. But, 'cause I was fucking depressed for 10 years. I used to have, insane levels of triggers.
Triggers.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know what they were when I was that young. I just figured it was an internal fucking process problem. I knew I had this fucking problem. But the thing is, I didn't ever think to blame everybody else. I was like, I have a problem that has to be addressed.
I mean, if you have to be sensitive to everyone's fucking triggers...
Yeah, well, no. And that's the thing. I don't expect and I say this as someone who once was walking down the street and just burst into tears because I couldn't be outside anymore. That happened to me. That was in 2002. That was, it was fucking 11 years ago. And now I'm a completely different person. Yeah.
You fucking what?
Yeah. No, that's the thing. I was so, it's just, that was growing up with depression. It was just such a fucked up thing. And again, I made a joke about self-harm a little while ago. And someone decided they'd get all, you should be, care about other people's feelings. And the joke's on them because I have an upper body covered in scars. I took to myself when I was 21 with a steak knife. And so I got to just take my shirt off and go, no.
Is this light-hearted gaming podcast getting a little depressing?
No. See, the story of this is one of, you have to get past this stuff and life's amazingly better. Because you have to see this shit as a big weight. And when you push the weight off you after that, because I'm strong now, I don't have to worry. I can walk through the world without any fear because I know what I've dealt with and I know what I can do.
I tried cutting myself once. I was depressed. I'd heard it was good for it, but just didn't really get much out of it.
It's
I was always more anxiety than depression.
Yeah, see, there was a hatred in my depression, and it manifested very violently and very physically.
I don't know where the fuck I'm going. Oh, I recognize this corridor.
And again, I'm comfortable talking about this because I'm well and truly past it, and I think it can help people that are in the same position.
I'm going to walk down this corridor in tribute to our fallen friend.
Self-harming. Because the joke I made, for anybody wondering, was I sung a different version of the Divinal song "Touch Myself," but a modern version where I reach right down and I cut myself.
That's the obvious lyric change.
I know. I was like, because the joke was to modern people, it's I don't need anybody else. When I think about you, I cut myself. Yeah. And some idiot decided to have a go at me.
Sort of incongruous with the first part, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what makes it funny. There's the shock element that emerges as a surprise, and then it's the humor
101.
And someone was like, someone could be offended by that who was self-harmed, and I really?
9 times out of 10, when all this shit goes down, it's always someone saying someone might be offended about that.
People being offended on other people's behalf.
That's the worst.
I know, and again, I say this as someone who had the level of triggers, who made it impossible to talk to people. I used to not be able to be physically touched until I was about 25.
Oh, man.
Like,
I was about to reach over and touch you, but I'm too engrossed in this game.
I'm completely fine with it now.
Where the fuck am I going?
Up.
Onward
and upward.
Up, that'll help. Up, yeah. Up's always
I mean,
a good bet.
You don't just walk up to someone who's miserable and go, tough love, and kick them out into the street. I'm saying that it needs deft handling, but ultimately the goal is to get a fucking away from it. You don't want to define yourself by your fucking pain. It's really stupid. Everyone has pain, and you're not going to be the king of it, and you're not going to be the most unique. Like, it's just such a fucking silly thing to do, and this...
Hey, I found enemies. That means I'm going the right way.
Something to kill. Murder means progress. That deathbed shot actually does a fair bit of damage. That was like 15.
Oh, fucking assholes.
I mean, if you stand still and eat all of it, yeah, I'd see.
You're dead. Get over it. Because really, if you kill someone with a last breath death shot, no one wins out of that. That's just not a very constructive thing to do, is it?
Sometimes
You're just ruining it for everyone else for no reason. What an asshole.
Go out swinging. That's always my advice, because, again, I've also firmly believed that there is no objective purpose to existence, and I exist to spite that.
Again.
And even though that spite is pointless, I just keep going anyway, and my attitude is go out swinging.
Again, how depressing.
It's not depressing. I find great joy in this. I fuel how I run my life with this now. I exercise, I read, I don't drink anymore. I used to drink, you saw me.
Yeah, I mean, once I figured out that all life was meaningless, I've had a much better time now that I can take people back in the back of my van and cut their throats with impunity.
That's one response, one I wouldn't recommend or advise.
Oh, I would. It's great. I bathe in their viscera.
So you're the Brisbane Ripper.
Well, I
don't even have the good grace to be like a Dexter serial killer. You just...
Well, I wanted a cooler name. I wanted to be something like the editor. Something unique, Not just
window into Yahtzee Kershaw thought process. I want to call a name, the editor.
The editor, because they go through and cross out what's not needed with a big red pen.
You're an active member of the Committee for Aesthetic Deletions.
But everyone's the fucking such and such a place ripper.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wasn't going for creative. I mean, dude, you do realize you'd get named by the Courier Mail, right?
Oh, God.
Yeah, you'd be lucky to get Brisbane Ripper. They'd probably call you Stabby Man.
Wait, this is 3 levels ago.
Is it?
Wait a second, I will check the objective screen. Well, that helps.
That's awesome. Primary objective complete. Okay.
Great. You know what? I'm just going to sit here and wait for the end of the game to come to me. Because we've been talking for an hour.
The gun's rippling. Oh, hang on, wait.
Was it?
Yeah, it'll move again, and it did this. Maybe just move his arm a little bit. Oh, wait.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I've got the Jello gun.
I
remember that from Kingpin.
That looks kind of Cronenberg-y. There's a,
perhaps
Naked Lunch film quality, it's going to suddenly become part of your arm and tell you to fuck other men.
Perhaps this world was not as real as we imagined.
Homosexuality is the best cover for an interzone agent.
Perhaps we're trapped inside the visualization of the most boring part of our mind.
At a bar I worked at for a while, Jamie, one of the glassiers there, was gay, and he loved... Because I was talking to him about... Because I just mentioned the interzone agent thing, and he said that was a great euphemism for homosexuality. It's just... I think that guy's an interzone agent.
Yeah, that works.
Because it's the best cover. I mean, if you're an interzone agent, you're going to go around being straight? Everyone will know.
Anyway, we've been talking for a while now, so I think it's time we wrapped up this inaugural episode of Let's Drown Out.
Pulsating love guns are a good way to go out.
Hope you enjoyed this experimental feature, which we may do more of in future. Perhaps you'd like to suggest more incredibly boring games in the comments, which we don't read.
I love that of all the things we could offer, start to take suggestions on boring, shitty games. Everyone's like, oh, you didn't let's play any of the good games. It's nope, shitty games only. Shitty games and topics.
Yeah, specifically boring shitty games, because if it's just shitty in a funny way, like Ride to Hell Retribution, that's just not the same.
Well, again, it's an action game that has just long stretches of the game occurring is usually good, a good option.
Well, I think
Ta-da!
I think we all learned something today. We learned about Gabe's storied history of cutting himself and my storied history of cutting other people.
I'm not ashamed of it. It's, again, if you're happy with who you are now, how can you hate what built that?
Yeah, you've made your point.
I'm awesome.
You
Yeah.
fucking laboured your point into the fucking wall with a sledgehammer.
I think it's...
Gavity ass, you.
Oh, fuck you.
Game.
Ah! Well, I want to brag about my computer. This thing could run Tomb Raider with Tress FX hair, but it had enough slowdown to get annoying, so I turned it off.
With what?
The insane, ridiculous hair engine they put into Tomb Raider. That is the...
Oh, yeah.
Like, seriously, it was fucking insane, because... Again, this thing my brother gave me is like a machine, so I'm just like, this will run everything. I stride in all confidently, and then it's like, hey, do you want this magic hair thing? I'm like, oh, alright, how hard can that be? But apparently it uses like fucking Pixar grade shit, and is just monstrous. It just eats fucking computer, so I switched it off. And the hair looks really good, and the game was really good, and I had a lot of fun.
Okay.
And I also got it for $17, because I'm sensible and wait for things to come down in price.
Anyway.
That's one thing I like about id.
What were we talking about?
Jibbing.
Yes.
Because...
It is jibbing, by
Yeah.
the way, not gibbing. Who the hell says gibbing? It's short for giblets.
Giblets!
Oh, hey.
Ooh!
The cracked principle.
Ooh, I thought that was buttons, but there can't be that many buttons. There'll just be stuff under here.
And now I have to use my fucking blaster as a flashlight.
I call it Shooty Torch! Go, Shooty Torch! Sounds like a Pokemon.
Man, I don't know where the fuck I am.
There'll be armor and something around. Wow, this is a really cavernous fucking secret area.
I never played much of the old Quake 2.
Shoot the barrel!
I'm trying. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, but that's...
classic environmental combat there.
Yeah, man, spatial awareness. But that's one thing I like about id, and it's still something that they do currently, like Rage. Like, when you blow someone up in Rage, they blow up into bits. When you blow someone up in almost any other fucking 3D game, the body model just goes flying, which annoys the shit out of me. Like, you can shoot a grenade directly at someone in any of the Half-Life games, and the body just goes cartwheeling through the air. They don't explode. I want people to explode into bits.
Well, that's one good thing to say about Rage.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
There aren't too
Probably
many
the
other-
one good thing to say about Rage.
Nah, the problem with Rage, I think, is that id are very much engine guys, and they felt they had to show that off, but graphics just aren't special anymore.
Not really, no.
I mean,
Doesn't hope for the best.
this is the level exit. Anyway, yes, Quake 2 I always find a little dry, and I personally ascribe that to John Romero having left id by this point to work on his magnum
opus.
his magnum opus, Daikatana, or Big Sword to translate.
Do you remember the day he made you his bitch? God, wasn't that a wonderful time?
That was an awkward day.
Oh, that's the Titanic of fucking marketing strategies. That
Why have you
at least
made
in
me your-
gaming, like that's
Why have you made me your bitch, John Romero? What did I ever do to you?
that. And if you're gonna talk a big game, you gotta back it up, because there's that fucking relative thing of the bigger you talk, the worse it looks when you fuck up, and holy Jesus.
Well, this was the thing. John Romero, for all his faults, was an ideas man.
Which is a fucking necessary thing. You do need someone to go in there and, have a good idea.
Yes, I mean, when John Romero was with the rest of id, they were like Lennon and McCartney. They
Yeah.
did their best work together, because he had the big ideas, and like all that in Quake 1, all that story business, all that Lovecraftian shit that I was quite fond of, that was all him.
Which
As
does
soon-
add. It does add to
The
it.
moment he leaves it just turns into a fucking tech demo. The most nondescript plot in the history of anything. Aliens are fighting you and everything's gone brown.
Bad. You good. Shoot. Which isn't to say that as a mechanic that's bad, but it's nice when the mechanic has a framing device. It's something I've discovered playing the new Killer Instinct on the Xbox.
Well, I think context counts for a lot. And context is more than just story. It's
It-
about the way everything looks, the
Yeah.
way everything acts, the personality in these merest animations.
It really does, because I'm involved in Brisbane's competitive fighting game scene, which is small, but it's there. And people talk about how like a fighting game doesn't, stories are stupid and there's no character, etc., etc., which is fucking bullshit. Having played Killer Instinct, because Killer Instinct doesn't have a story mode, and it fucking really makes the game suck because there are new characters, but they have no fucking relevance.
Benchmark for this period is Half-Life was 98. So it might be
Was
90,
Half-Life that fucking god?
96, 97? somewhere around there.
Yeah, because I didn't play Half-Life. Because again, once the 64 came out and the PlayStation was, more established, 3D gaming on the consoles, again, because of the price factor, was just easier. And, again, like, when you bought a graphics card back in the 90s, it wasn't easy, like, to install that fucking thing. Like, IT wasn't as common and decentralized, and Google didn't exist. You couldn't just go, my thing's not working, and look it up on your phone while trying to work out how to fix your PC. Like,
no,
it was
quite. That was the big problem with
there was a
PC
skill
gaming
gap
back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh man, the amount of games I had, like, I got this for Christmas, doesn't run, even though it has the things on the box. I have that, it just doesn't run. So
there was always that little cross fingers moment when you put in a new PC game that you got for Christmas.
God, it was just harrowing. And again, like, people go, "Oh, we'll have the skills," and it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Okay, it was the 90s.
Yeah.
You had to be in the IT industry to be able to do that yourself, or know someone, or it was an extra cost. And for someone in the lowest socioeconomic realms, as I was, that shit was it was unfeasible.
It's like when people give me shit for buying an Alienware PC, saying, "Oh, it got a lot cheaper if you build it yourself." Well, that's great. No. I could also get, smoked venison a lot cheaper if I hunted deer and cooked it myself, but I consider certain skills beyond me.
We have this system whereby we have lots of people, and some of them specialize in certain subjects because we can't all be experts at everything. So when I get sick, I go to a thing called a doctor. And when I need help with something that I can't do, I usually use, a fluid medium like money to incentivize them to do it for me, which then they can use to, maintain their own existence.
Yeah. My Alienware plays what I want it to play. Doesn't sound like there's a jet flying past. And beyond that, I couldn't give a wank.
Well, again, I used a rather unfair resource of my computer fanatic brother, who just upgraded to a solid-state hard drive goddamn lunatic machine.
Those are handy to have around.
Yeah, he literally all I had to do was buy a hard drive, an $80 fucking hard drive, and now I have a crazy fucking computer that, can run. It could do all of...
Surprise, we're in the game. Hello, it's Arctic Crowshaw, and welcome to a new series on this channel that we like to call Let's Drown Out.
That's new in inverted commas, though.
With me as always is my friend and pet registered sex offender, Gabriel.
Your stalwart ghoul sidekick, and given my dry spell at the moment, I'm not a sex anything.
Now, the premise of Let's Drown Out is that we play a very boring game, and when we run out of things to say about it, which we inevitably will, we will go to a list of podcast-style topics. Is it a podcast? Is it a Let's Play? Is it both? Is it neither? You just don't know what crazy people we are.
We're so supportive of the trans community, we made a trans podcast.
And in case you haven't figured it out yet, from this very fucking tiny option screen in the middle of a huge expanse of black, we are playing the original and best Quake 2 by our old friends id Software.
Id.
Not ID Software.
Id.
I know some people used to say ID and it drove me up the fucking wall.
Because there's no periods between the I and the D.
Exactly.
And it's also id, the component of the psyche.
And it was usually written in small case as well.
That's just to stand out and be interesting.
Quake 2
like
was...
a hipster on a penny farthing cycle.
Yes, Quake 2 was by the id people who also made Doom, Wolfenstein, Commander Keen. They were basically the kings of PC gaming cutting-edge technology.
They really were. Commander Keen games were a big part of my fucking childhood, man.
And at the time Quake 2 came out, it was absolute slashing-edge polygonal graphics.
Fucking huge. It was why I had to stop PC gaming, because I could not convince my mum to spend an extra $300 minimum on a graphics card to make the computer play games when it already played games and I had a console.
Yeah, man, this is 3D acceleration, bitch.
Yeah. That was fucking big. Like, I'm just like, okay, it's a graphics card. What does it do? It makes the computer play games. You already have like a SNES, and then I think by the time this came out, the 64 was nearly there, and it was a bridge too far. Mum wasn't buying it.
I think it would have been a lot closer than nearly there.
Yeah, like what year was this exactly? Was it 90? See, again, my brain is saying like 95, and I'm already sure that's wrong.
I think it might have been like, my usual...
I mean,
that's the whole reason why everyone thought this game was good. Because look at all these polygons, look at that blurry 3D accelerated texture. It's like living on the spaceship from 2001.
It's like actually being there. I'm being evolved.
But it's a really sodding boring game.
Yeah.
The colour palette is brown and grey. And wait a second.
We have both colours.
Orangey red in the sky. But you will never go into the sky. What do you think this is, Mario? think there'll be little Quake beanstalker eyes when you shoot a wall somewhere?
I really want that now. I want like a Mario-colored first-person shooter.
Oh, I'm so fucking lost. Oh, by the way,
Didn't we just play through this already?
this is the starting room, and this is the plot of the game. We were in that. Moving on.
Yeah, I think you were ejected from a...
Yeah,
There was
there's a big war going on, alien species.
War, aliens.
I only know partially the plot for having played Quake 4, and that's that the evil Strog, we're at war with the humans.
Strog.
The
That's not a
Strog.
good alien name.
Yeah, you wouldn't call yourselves the Strogs,
We're
would
the
ya?
Strogs.
We're the Strogs. We're
We're a mopecore punk band.
Yeah, we're from the West Country of England.
Thanks for turning out.
But they turn all their human prisoners into cyborgs, and that's who we're killing.
So essentially slightly less technologically adept Cybermen.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Thank you for bringing it to that very broad cultural level there.
It didn't used to be broad. There was a time when people would pick on you for liking Doctor Who.
I bet you fucking miss those days, don't you? This
Shoot it!
looks suspicious.
Oh.
Ha 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 ha.
Hey, a ball. Oh, it's a grenade.
Oh, so it is.
You probably only have one of those, so maybe wouldn't have it out so you don't just lob it for no reason.
Yeah, good plan.
Yeah. You don't wanna waste that little puppy.
Mind you can never tell. In Half-Life, you'd pick up one grenade, and then you'd magically have 5.
Yeah, which I kind of like, because I like grenades. I find they're useful for when you're a little bit pressured, you can just lob it at the bastard.